Good morning. These are your Nassau Guardian highlights for Thursday, December 18th, 2025, brought to you by your Daily Bahamas headlines, especially for people on the go and those who are visually impaired. Please don't forget to like, share, and follow our Facebook, YouTube, and WhatsApp channels. We begin with the main story on the front page. As Bahamian families prepare for Christmas, demand for social assistance has reached what advocates describe as an unprecedented level. Families of all murdered victims, known as FOAM, says requests for shelter, food, clothing, toiletries, and even medication have surged beyond anything previously seen. Founder Condi Gibson says her organization is receiving desperate calls daily from people who have exhausted all other options, including families needing short-term shelter just to bathe their children or find safe accommodation. While donations increased around Thanksgiving, financial support has slowed, even as needs continue to rise. Gibson is urging the public to help in any way possible, stressing that volunteering time is just as critical as financial donations. FOAM is also preparing to launch a 24-hour headquarters on Carmichael Road West to ensure help is available after hours, acknowledging that crises do not end at 5 o'clock. Also on the front page, National Security Minister Wayne Munroe is pushing back against claims that the government rushed the Smuggling of Migrants Bill 2025 through Parliament. Munroe says the legislation received a full day of debate and is necessary to close long-standing legal gaps that have made it difficult to prosecute human smugglers. He maintains the law does not change the country's asylum policy and does not grant migrants additional rights, saying misinformation and fear are being exploited for political gain. Munroe also highlighted recent interceptions at sea, noting that without this legislation, suspected smugglers have often escaped serious charges. Meanwhile, Free National Movement chairman Dr. Duane Sands is calling on the government to come clean about the Grand Lucayan resort deal. Sands questioned whether the promised $120 million sale to Concord Wilshire is truly finalized, pointing to reports of delayed salaries, staff layoffs, and utilities being cut off due to unpaid bills. He argues that workers are once again being left in limbo and accuses the administration of secrecy and mismanagement, particularly troubling just days before Christmas. Turning to national news, police are investigating the death of a 46-year-old man found unresponsive inside a truck off Prince Charles Drive. Officers say injuries to the upper body appear inconsistent with a traffic accident, and an autopsy will be conducted to determine the cause of death. In a brighter story, the Ministry of Social Services hosted a Christmas social for elderly residents from homes across New Providence. Seniors were treated to a traditional holiday meal, music, and gifts, with officials emphasizing gratitude for the contributions older Bahamians have made to society and reminding them they are valued and cherished. In health news, a major donation is helping to transform St. Luke's Clinic in Staniel Cay into a modern medical center. A $250,000 contribution has boosted a $1.5 million expansion project aimed at improving emergency and trauma care in Exuma, reducing the need for costly and time-consuming medical flights to Nassau. From the business section, Bahamian talent continues to shine as local entertainment companies benefit from partnerships with major cruise lines. One studio is showcasing Bahamian culture through dance, music, and Junkanoo performances for international visitors, highlighting the economic value of homegrown creative industries. In community news, the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services marked the season with its annual tree lighting and Junkanoo parade, bringing together officers, families, and the wider community in celebration. On the editorial page, The Guardian delivers a strong critique of the government's handling of the Grand Lucayan, arguing that repeated failed deals and a lack of transparency have eroded public trust. Letters to the editor also call for reform of banking practices, greater transparency in fees, and fairer treatment of customers, particularly amid the high cost of living. Those are your Nassau Guardian highlights for today. Remember, staying informed empowers you to make better decisions and to hold leaders accountable. As the saying goes, an informed public is the strongest foundation of any democracy. That's the Guardian News highlights for this Thursday morning. Thank you for listening. Enjoy your day, be blessed, and be a blessing.